I go by Dustin Mooney Jr., and today I'm joined by the actor, the comedian, entrepreneur, mogul, and future billionaire, Kevin Hart.
My God, it's a hell of an introduction. Thank you, man.
You're a hell of a guy.
Pressure's on. Jesus Christ.
August 26th, you have a new movie coming out that you're actually producing and that you're acting in called Me Time. Tell me a little bit about it.
Me Time, man. Me Time is an amazing project that I teamed up with a great friend, writer-director, that's in John Hamburg. There was a premise that was being thrown around for quite some time. We loved the premise, and the opportunity to take the premise and actually turn it, shape it, mold it into what could now or then become a movie. It was what we gave our attention to. We said, this is the next thing. This has to happen. And in doing so, it was like, well, who can we do it with? Who would be great? Mark Wahlberg came up, Regina Hall came up. You know, all of a sudden we looked up and this thing that we were talking about, vetting out, but became extremely real. Hamburg did a great job of putting a great script together. And, you know, the idea was to celebrate the man that plays the quote-unquote role of a mom, right? Like, you know, it's a very few far and in between topic of the Mr. Mom, the extremely hands-on father that takes pride and joy in just being a part of his kids day to day and thrives in knowing that as a family man, he does it all. In this movie, it's about that guy getting the opportunity to get outside of his comfort and go back to the times of old. And Mark Wahlberg's character is the times of old, and of course craziness ensues, and the world of funny happens, but it's a grounded, believable comedy. And you know, in Heartbeat, this is what we're trying to do. In comedy, we're trying to provide funny material but also make it relatable, right? Grounded enough to where people can look at it, identify with it, walk away with an amazing message, more importantly a big laugh.
I love that, and I definitely think it flips the script, like you said, being a stay-at-home dad and everything like that. And you speak about Mark Wahlberg, who plays Huck, your best friend. He's pretty crazy.
He's funny in this.
He's really funny,
Very
really
funny,
crazy. Man. Do you have anyone in your life that's similar to Huck?
Yes, that's where the ideas come from. Absolutely. You know, all idea movie based, it stems from a real place, right? Like, you can amplify as much as you want. You can exaggerate it, but it all comes from something real. I've had a group of friends for 20 plus years, and the one thing that Mark and I have in common is that relationship and level of loyalty, right? Like, we both have a circle that has not been broken, that we stay true to, that we're invested in, that we love. And I think when you know that, the personalities that you're around, well, ultimately you try to bring those personalities to screen. So the crazy guy that's somewhat of a, you know, for lack of a better word, fuck up, you know, that's done his share of wrongdoing and always grabs his head and disbelief. Yeah. That guy's real. I know that guy. That guy's out there in the hallway right now. Man. Yeah. So, you know, those guys, they ride a crazy roller coaster, but the ups and downs are worth it at the end because, you know, they're some of the most genuine people. And, you know, people that sometimes have a hard time in figuring it out or getting it right the first time or the second time, sometimes just need a little push. And I'm Huck's push in the right direction in this.
There's this conversation you have at the end with your son at the talent show where you're speaking about, I made it about me.
Yes.
I never took the time to make it about you.
Yeah.
Do you think that type of pressure should be put on kids?
The easy answer is no, right? Like, you would assume that some parents know better than to put an extreme amount of pressure on children, but sometimes it's camouflaged. Sometimes you can't see the amount of pressure that you're applying. In this case, my character couldn't see it. He was so passionate about doing something and doing it at the highest level and making sure that it's right. He didn't realize all of the relationships that were being affected along the way.
Considering this movie is called Me Time,
yes.
How does Kevin Hart spend his me time?
Sleep, man. You know, you give me a day to myself, I'm gonna lay it down, watch a movie with my kids, chill. I'm a homebody. I don't need nothing. I don't need to be around nothing. I can be fine in my home and chill. Give me a big couch.
You just
nice
need peace.
Blanket.
You just need
That's
peace.
It. Some quiet, a chill environment.
A calm away from the chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do have like a variety of projects that you work on at once. Comedy tours, animated series, talk show.
As you say it, you make. Yeah, no, I take on a lot.
Like, what's your approach to creating these successful shows, movies, tours?
I want to do so much. What I don't want to do is be incomplete or not complete, right? So, the ideas and these things that I start, they shape and mold and conform into real moments, real opportunities. And I take advantage of those opportunities and moments. It's like, I have a team of people. I have, a lot of creatives around me, and our job is to create. And sometimes that world of creativity comes in bulk. Sometimes it's a little slower. Sometimes it's faster. We're in a faster time for myself, for my company, and we're thriving in the inspired world of creative. We're inspired, we're motivated, we feel like the world needs it. It's an opportunity for feel-good content to really have a place of its own. We're ready to get back to the funny. The world wants to laugh, the world needs to laugh. Me, as a stand-up comic, touring globally, there's so much that goes into everything that I do. It's all chess. It's never checkers. So it's about setting goals, achieving the goals, and then setting a goal right after. It's not sitting still because the world doesn't stay still. How can I evolve and grow as the world does?
I love that. And what I take from that is teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. It's
Having
not
the
me.
confidence in the team behind you to push.
Absolutely. This is not a Kevin Hart engine, right? I'm at the head of it, but I'm not the only one that's a part of it. I got a hell of a team that's helping me run, that's helping me go, that's pushing me forward. Our rise can be unbelievable simply because we embrace personnel. We embrace, uplift, and amplify the personnel underneath our umbrella in my company.
And that's what Heartbeat is all about.
Absolutely.
What would be one advice you would give to that younger generation, or even anybody in general,
well, the younger generation has to realize that you're the future, right? Like you're looking through the lens now of possibility, but there should be a real strong perception as to how real the things that you're thinking about doing or that you want to do or dream to do, they're in arm's reach, right? Like when you have real life examples of people who have got it out the mud, and those stories are attached to pure determination and will to do. I would say make sure that you're not a person that is make sure you're not a talker. Be a doer. Right? Be a doer. There's nothing that you can't do that you put your mind to. I truly do mean that. I truly do believe that. I don't say that because it's a cliche thing to say. I really do believe that if a person says, I want to do said thing, and they work to do said thing, and they only work to do that thing, nothing's going to stop them from doing said thing. Point blank. I truly do believe that. And to the younger generation, my advice would be you should too.
Yeah.
Put your mind to something, bear down, work towards that thing. Nothing else is acceptable.
And you're the prime example of that.
Absolutely.
So I think those are wise words.
Absolutely. Dude.
Well, thank you, Kevin Hart, for everything that you gave us today. Appreciate the gems. Nothing but success.
Look at that. Oh, shouts out to Ebony, too. Thank you guys, man. Always love.